everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. This is a team that may be out of the playoff chase at this point, but they're an organization with a ton of pride. And they'll be playing hard all the way to the final whistle of the final game, no matter where they are in the standings. It's the Saints going up against the Cowboys.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Prescott. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play. Tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On second down, Prescott again. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Second down now after the incompletion. This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll lose a yard, and it Brings up third. Prescott to throw this time. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now let's go. Watch it now, Marty.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Green, 39.
Looking to throw. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And Anderson's got it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came up.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
3rd and long for Prescott. And this is caught at the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's going to be run over, hit hard, as he'll be marked down. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He'll let it go deep for Freeman. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now this time he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And now look at him go. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. Gets past one man. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football, football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Here on first down. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down, Elliott. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken at the 15. Ooh, the juke. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. A give. This is Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Second down following the run. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go to Elliott again. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throw left side complete. It's Freeman. A good pickup there at 22.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up second down. He'll drop to throw. Thomas barreling ahead. That's caught. It's Thomas. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. And here we go on first and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second and goal to go now. They'll run it with Kamara. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that is going to set up third and goal. They'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Leonard Williams in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And Lutz puts this one through. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top, as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And Thomas has it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on it and then let him run.
He's got some space. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start. At the 21-yard line. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Here's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On third down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
On fourth, they do snap it to Prescott. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to
try to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. From the pistol, here's Elliott. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Cowboys! A Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 29. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Prescott down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. It's not a bad idea, not at all. You've got a bunch of defenders reeling a little bit back on their heels after just giving up a big play. You take another shot and hope to complete it. In this case, though, it falls incomplete.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
The speed, I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Shift together here from the D-line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Back now here on EA Sports, as we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 18-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. Prescott to throw this time. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go. A 10th carry for Kamara. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Prescott now on second down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Here's Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
34 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Back to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And some room to work. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Saints. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And as the 4th quarter winds down here, we're all even.
And no one wants this game to extend. They want to go ahead and win it right now.
And now here's a carry heading left. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's Kamara, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And, Charles, he hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
Exactly. And this was by far the most nerve-wracking. They just stepped up and calmly banged it through.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Well, this one, partner, was fun down.